Many ask, if all life is sacred, then isn't eating plants also violence? If we say killing animals for food is wrong, how are plants different? They too live, breathe, and feel. This is not a modern dilemma. It is an ancient question that our sages already explored thousands of years ago. The answer lies not in guilt, but in understanding how life and consciousness function in Hinduism. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "O Arjuna, in whatever forms life appears, I am the seed-giving Father." In this one verse, Krishna dissolves all boundaries between forms of life, human, animal, plant, or divine. All share the same Atman, only wearing different bodies of matter. Mentioned in Manusmriti, the unborn divine dwells within all beings, moving and unmoving, in water, air, earth, and trees. In Mahabharata, it is said, "Life dwells in plants and trees, just as it does in animals." As said in Chandogya Upanishad, from purity of food arises purity of mind. From purity of mind, stable remembrance of the self. The Upanishads recognize food as vibration. Every bite carries prana, the subtle energy of the being it once was. To eat consciously is to absorb its life with reverence, not carelessness. Sanatana Dharma never claimed that total nonviolence is possible. Even breathing, walking, or plowing the soil takes life. As said in Bhagavad Gita, when food is taken as yajña, not indulgence, it becomes sacred. Violence turns into offering. Every grain, every leaf becomes prasad, purified through awareness. This is the secret of Ahimsa, not to avoid all harm, but to reduce it consciously, perform it selflessly, and dedicate it wholly to the divine. The scriptures describe 84 lakh, 8.4 million species, each a stage in consciousness, evolving toward full awareness of the self. As mentioned in Padma Purana, there are 9 lakh aquatic beings, 20 lakh plants and trees, 11 lakh insects, and 10 lakh birds. Plants are stavara jivas, life bound by stillness, governed by tamas, the quality of inertia. Their prana is subtle, unexpressed, not burdened by desire or fear. Hence, consuming plant life causes minimal karmic disturbance compared to killing animals, whose fear and pain echo in the eater's mind. That is why sattvic food, grains, fruits, milk, and herbs is prescribed for seekers. It nourishes without agitation, uplifts without binding. Bhagavad Gita says, foods that increase life, strength, health, happiness, and peace, those are dear to the sattvic. In the grand chain of existence, the sages divided life into 2 great streams, Stavara, the unmoving, and Jangama, the moving. It is said in Vishnu Purana, the stationary beings too are alive, though their consciousness is tranquil and diffused. Stavara jivas, the trees, plants, vines, creepers, are not lifeless matter. They breathe through pores, they drink through roots, they sleep and awaken with the sun, but their awareness is bound, anchored to stillness by tamas, the quality of inertia. Tamas is not evil, it is the principle of rest, of containment. In plants, tamas holds consciousness in deep meditation. So deep, it cannot move, yet it feels every vibration of the world. It is said in Brahmanda Purana, the stationary beings are enveloped in tamas, yet they hold prana within them. This prana is subtle, not roaring like the animal heartbeat, but whispering through sap, through the rise and fall of water, through the unfolding of leaves. Plants feel, but they do not suffer in the way animals do. They experience touch, light, rhythm, but not desire, fear, or attachment. Their prana flows in harmony with the earth's breath. Yoga Vasishta says, prana exists everywhere, even in trees, flowing from the root upward. The plant's consciousness is collective. A forest shares its life like one vast organism. When one tree is cut, others respond. Modern science calls it plant neurobiology. Our seers called it Vanaspati Prana, the living spirit of the forest. Yet, because their awareness is immersed in stillness, to consume them with reverence carries far less karmic vibration than to take the life of a being that fears, flees, or loves. The sage's diet was therefore not merely moral. It was energetic, pranic, spiritual. Bhagavad Gita says, foods that increase life, purity, strength, and peace are dear to the sattvic. The sattvic path recognizes the quiet gift of the plant. It offers itself without resistance, completing the cycle of life. So yes, plants have life, and consuming them is technically Ahimsa. But when done for survival, without greed, and offered with gratitude, it becomes Dharma, not adharma. Srimad Bhagavatam says, those without hands are food for those with hands. Those without legs are food for the four-legged. The weak are food for the strong. In this way, one living being is the life of another. This verse expresses a fundamental truth of nature, the cycle of life and interdependence. Every organism depends on another for sustenance. Small creatures are eaten by larger ones. Plants feed animals. Even humans live by consuming other life forms. It reflects the natural law of survival, not cruelty, showing how life supports life, and all beings are part of one continuous chain of existence. The real teaching of Sanatana Dharma is simple. Live with awareness. Consume with gratitude. Harm none unnecessarily. As said in Mahabharata, Ahimsa paramo dharma. Yet, life itself is Yajña. He who lives in awareness commits no sin. To live is to take, but to live consciously is to give back. When every act becomes offering, even eating becomes worship. This is not moralism, it is cosmic reciprocity.
Hey!